Emotions can conduct you to bad decisions. This is a lesson to learn for life. We all must be careful in an alert state in regards to our emotions conducting our decisions, because usually our emotions lead us to bad decisions, because emotions are only concerned with what they are feeling in that moment and nothing else, either passion or sadness or anger or happiness, envy, jealousy, regardless of the emotion. It only concerns with what it is thinking at that moment. So emotions are not reasonable. They don't think about the next step, but only about the here and now. That's why many who are led by their emotions, they say and think, let's do this now and later we will think. Later we will think about it. This is emotions speaking. And when we talk about emotions, which area of our lives are more filled with emotions than our family, our love and family relationships? There's no other, unless if you don't have a family. Nobody. Maybe, if that's your case, then you are free from it. But as the majority are not, then they suffer with family and love life problems, and so that they may not have more troubles, they must make sure that emotions are not leading their decisions. For example, if you are solving a family issue, a family member of yours that got involved with problems and they need rescuing, financial help, otherwise they'll be arrested, someone will knock at the door collecting the debt, they'll lose their house, or something else. And then you go there and get entangled with the problem to rescue that family member who knocked at your door crying and telling you, I'll pay you next month. I swear on the name of our mother that I will pay you back. Then you help them, and not to carry the name of one who does not help the family. Then you got entangled with the problem to rescue your family. Moved by what? Emotions. Against all that your finances, your reasoning were telling you, telling that you couldn't do that, otherwise you would get entangled, telling you that their promises most probably wouldn't be fulfilled. Despite all that, you help the person. Now you are in that, entangled because of an emotion you used in that moment. This is just one example, and there are many other examples because of problems in the house, family crisis, they're not getting along with their parents, siblings, the house becomes a living hell. Then they meet someone else, they fall in love for that person, and with no consideration for the others, with the same attitude of later we think about it, they leave the house to live with the other person. Why? Because anything that may take them out of their family home will work, which means anger, frustration, the person is tired, they had enough of the family problems, they get together with the other person just to leave the house of their parents. Then they come out of a problem to get into another, sometimes even worse, and later they think, what am I doing with my life? What do I do? How do I solve this problem? With this situationship, this husband slash boyfriend, what should I do? Go back to my parents' house and I will swallow my pride and that's it. No, they want to make that work. And you see that emotions will conduct people, will conduct us to bad decisions. Because of this understanding, this fact, is that we must learn that emotion is not a tool to solve a problem. They can even inform our decisions, but not make decisions. Take note of this, please. Our emotions can inform our decisions, which means our information that my head, my brain, my rationale should take into consideration when making a decision. Yes, I must take into consideration, oh, my family member is in debt, needs help, I have a problem in the house, so on and so forth. I must feel. I cannot ignore what I'm feeling and to think that that will disappear. I need to recognize what I'm feeling. I recognize that I'm angry, I'm feeling pity on them, that I'm frustrated, I'm tired. I must recognize my feelings, but I cannot act only upon what I'm feeling, because if I do it, despite all other facts and consequences that the decision can lead me to, I'll get it all wrong. I'll get hurt. So informations can guide decisions, but they cannot isolated make decisions. That's why the Word of God alerts us that the heart is wicked above all other things, is corrupted, is sick. Jesus warned in a different way as well. It's out of the heart that all rotten things come from, all bad decisions. They are born in the human heart, because it is the human heart that is inclined to what it feels. So you must understand that in your chest, figuratively speaking, we're not talking about the organ that pumps blood to the body. The heart is in the brain, but figuratively speaking, you have an enemy in your chest, an enemy that tries to lead you to make wrong decisions. And later you cry, you lament, you try everything else, and you start to go after the shards of what was left. But how often will you need to be deceived by your heart to learn that you cannot trust in it? How many times? Okay, I was deceived before. I still to learn about someone who was never deceived by the heart. I was deceived by my heart. You too. So what should you do now after being deceived? Well, when we are deceived, we become more alert. Usually, not always, I know, but usually when you fell for a scam, you were deceived, regardless of what was it, you'd be more awake. Am I right? You clicked on a link that they sent to your mobile phone, and then they stole your passwords, they hacked your phone. Evil entered into your life through the link that you clicked. Next time, you'll be more careful when clicking on a link from an unknown source. You'll be more careful, right? The same is with the heart. Be very careful. Careful with your heart, with what it asks, because the heart is a terrorist. It terrorizes the person. If you don't do this, if you don't give me this, you will lose it all. If it is not this person, it will be no one else. The heart is shouting at you, using every argument possible to make you act on the spot. If you don't give me, so the heart screams, yells at us. It corners us. That's why you must strengthen your emotional. Because your reasoning is there, but your spirit must be the one leading your life. That's why in the human hierarchy, it should be spirit, soul, and body. The correct order is this: spirit, mind, and intelligence. Dominion of the spirit over your soul, that involves your emotions, is the spirit that connects with God, dominates my feelings, then my feelings dominate my body. This is how we must act. If you invert this, if you mess this order, if your spirit is not on top of your life, then you will be a slave. And you will only make bad decisions. And I'm warning you, you will make mistakes. You will remain making mistakes as long as you allow your heart to conduct your decisions. I'm warning you. And if you are wise, you will listen to me. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.